Modern Marvel events are often structured in a particular way as they adopt the maximize revenue approach by making a company-wide event slash crossover with lots of tie-ins, one-shots, miniseries, alpha, and omega issues. Imagine an event as a tree. The main event issues are the tree trunk. It contains the bare minimum number of books that are essential elements, but may not elaborate or expand on some plot points, even though they might be necessary. As a result, some story elements may be glossed over, or in the worst case, condensed to such an extent that it hurts the story. What should essentially be a concise 3 or 4 pager gets a one panel treatment or an off panel mention instead. In this event, Blood Hunt 1 through 5 makes up the tree trunk. Some of the tie-ins are the main branches. These are stories that should have been part of the main event, but to entice people to buy more books, they are spun off here. As a result, these stories are often padded. What should essentially be a 3 or 4 pager now gets padded into a 20 pager. Some fits in nicely between tree trunk issues, but some will either spans across several tree trunk issues or sits within a tree trunk issue. So in some cases, they may even spoil the surprise or ending of the event. I will highlight those when we get to them. For this event, I also included several issues of Prelude and Aftermath as main branches. The rest of the tie-ins are the side branches. Essentially, these are stories that are 1 or 2 steps away from the main story. They happened during the event, but are not really important. That is not to say they are not good. But for people who are interested only in the main event slash crossover, these are non-essentials. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the recently concluded Blood Hunt event. The Blood Hunt tree trunk and main branches are relatively contained. You get the whole story with some padding across 16 issues and 1 page, not including 1.5 issues of Prelude and 3 issues of Aftermath. As you can see, the reading order is also not too complex, with at most 2 tracks at any one time. As a prelude to the event, you have 2 issues. The Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 5, and the Free Comic Book Day 2024 Blood Hunt / X-Men issue, of which only the Blood Hunt story, Nightfall, is relevant. Then we come to the main Blood Hunt event. Blood Hunt issue 1 starts things off, and that leads into Doctor Strange issue 15 and Dracula Blood Hunt issue 1. It does not matter which order you read these 2 main branches, but read them before Blood Hunt issue 2. After Blood Hunt issue 2, read Black Panther Blood Hunt issue 1 through 3 before Blood Hunt issue 3. The ending of Black Panther Blood Hunt issue 3 spoils the ending of Blood Hunt issue 3 slightly, but narratively it makes sense to read it before Blood Hunt issue 3. After Blood Hunt issue 3, you could do a couple of things. The last page of Blood Hunt issue 3 leads directly into the first page of Blood Hunt issue 4, which is why I have this arrow here. But the events of Strange Academy Blood Hunt issue 1 through issue 3 also leads into Blood Hunt issue 4. In particular, Strange Academy Blood Hunt issue 3 spans before Blood Hunt issue 4 to during Blood Hunt issue 5. It reads better before Blood Hunt issue 4, but it will spoil certain things in Blood Hunt issue 5. So it is up to you how you want to read Strange Academy Blood Hunt issue 3. If you really have to, I would skip the last 2 pages and read them after Blood Hunt issue 5. Miles Morales' Spider-Man issue 21 and issue 22 is really a side branch story, except for the very first page of issue 21. Read the first page, and then go on to Dracula Blood Hunt 2 and 3, which will lead into Blood Hunt issue 5, not issue 4. There is a little bit of a conundrum here. Technically, Miles Morales' Spider-Man issue 22, page 9 to 20, sits between Dracula Blood Hunt issue 3 and Blood Hunt issue 5. But there seems to be a lack of coordination between Danny Lore, who wrote the Dracula tie-in issues, and Cody Ziegler, who wrote the Miles Morales issue, which is why I prefer to just ignore the Miles Morales issue 22 and assume he rejoined the cast of Dracula off-panel after Dracula Blood Hunt issue 3 before the events of Blood Hunt issue 5. If you really want to, I would say Miles Morales' Spider-Man issue 22, page 9 to 20, is a semi-main branch. After Blood Hunt issue 4 comes Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 7, which spans slightly before and slightly after Blood Hunt issue 4, but it reads better after Blood Hunt issue 4. And that leads to the conclusion in Blood Hunt issue 5. I've included 3 Aftermath issues here. Avengers 17 and Doctor Strange issue 18 are main branch stories. Because of how Blood Hunt ended, I think these 2 issues are essential read to round off the event properly. Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 8 is a semi-main branch, as it is a convergence of Vengeance of Moon Knight issue 6 and some of the main players in Blood Hunt issue 5 for sort of an epilogue. The issue spans slightly within Blood Hunt issue 5 and after. As noted here, several main branch issues of this reading order spans across certain tree trunk issues. If you really want to, head to the next section, the Machete reading order. Otherwise, skip to the section after. For this reading order, you mainly chop up 2 sections. The first is with Black Panther Blood Hunt issue 3 and Blood Hunt issue 3. You sliced up Black Panther Blood Hunt issue 3 into 3 pieces and Blood Hunt issue 3 into 2. And you read them in the order shown here, starting with Black Panther, page 1 to 15, then the Blood Hunt issue, page 1 to 17, and then coming back to Black Panther, page 16 to 19, before finishing up with either page 20 of Black Panther or page 18 to 20 of Blood Hunt issue 3. The second Machete order involves more issues, with Strange Academy Blood Hunt issue 3, Blood Hunt issue 4, Blood Hunt issue 5, and Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 7. Strange Academy issue 3 is chopped up into 2 sections. Blood Hunt issue 4 is chopped up into 3, Vengeance of the Moon Knight into 2, and finally Blood Hunt issue 5 into 2 sections. So for this, you start with Strange Academy issue 3, page 1 to 18. And then you skipped to Blood Hunt issue 4, page 1 to 10. And switch to Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 7, page 1 to 17, before coming back to Blood Hunt issue 4, page 11 to 16. You finish up Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 7, and then you finish up Blood Hunt issue 4. Next, you head over to Blood Hunt issue 5, page 1 to 15, and finished up Strange Academy issue 3 before returning to Blood Hunt issue 5 to finish the entire issue and event. Does it read better this way? Maybe. The main reason for doing this is to keep all the reveals and surprises in the tree trunk titles, i.e. the main Blood Hunt title. So-and-so appears in Blood Hunt issue, but the tie-in issues have some lead-in pages and pages after the reveal. A twist happened in Blood Hunt issue, but the tie-in issues have some details as to how that happens and spoils the reveal. So which way should you read it? It is up to you if you want to do this Machete method or just, use the first reading order that I presented in the previous section. The other tie-ins, the so-called side branches of Blood Hunt event, are numerous, and the majority of them are independent of one another, except for a couple. Amazing Spider-Man issue 49 leads into Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt issue 1 through issue 3. Blood Hunters is an anthology series. Each issue contains 3 short stories, with a third story running through Blood Hunt issue 1 through Blood Hunt issue 4. The first story in Blood Hunt issue 2 comes before the Incredible Hulk Blood Hunt one-shot, while the second story in Blood Hunt issue 2 comes before Avengers issue 14 through issue 16. The X-Men tie-ins and one-shots also run independently of one another and sits between the Age of Krakoa and the From the Ashes era. I had reviewed 2 of them in separate videos if you are interested. The majority of them spun out of Blood Hunt issue 1, and some of them ended after Blood Hunt issue 5. A few of them contains minor spoilers for the end of Blood Hunt issue 4 and Blood Hunt issue 5, so my suggestion is read these side stories after you have completed the main event. Midnight Sun's Blood Hunt tie-ins specifically mention that it occurs after Blood Hunt issue 2, so as not to spoil a surprise in that issue, and the ending contains a minor spoiler for Blood Hunt event. Doctor Strange, issue 16 and issue 17 happens after Blood Hunt issue 3. As I mentioned earlier, the Miles Morales Spider-Man tie-ins issue 21 and 22, is really a side branch, with some complications for part of issue 22. They sit between the events of Blood Hunt issue 3 and Blood Hunt issue 5, running somewhat concurrently with Dracula Blood Hunt issue 2 and issue 3. Of note here, Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 6 is a side story, while issue 7 is a main branch, and issue 8 is kind of semi-main branch as explained earlier. So while this is a reading order video and not a review video, I would like to bring your attention to a few of these side branches, which I think are worth reading. They are Fantastic Four issue 22, Midnight Suns Blood Hunt issue 1 through issue 3, if only for the amazing art from German Peralta, but read this after you finish the event. And Doctor Strange issue 16 and 17, if only for the amazing art from Pascal Ferry. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video, and if you enjoy this video, please give me a like. If you enjoy content of this type, please subscribe to the channel and share this with your friends and leave me a comment. Thanks, and Tyler out.